That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Fucking life already up. Badass, you broadcasting off the man. I'm Tommy T. Let's shop the point. It's not late, I'm like way early.
It's me. You're fucking around.
Everybody's saying horrible things about Ethan Ralph. Old Hentai for Life thought that he was going to fool me because we were on it all weekend. The only thing is that I will point out is, here's Kiwi Farms wishing him dead. Ethan Ralph, podcaster convicted of revenge pornography, has been missing last several days, the longest unannounced departure from the internet. Many concerned that he drank himself to death and was beheaded by cartels. My God. But he said he just landed with the Medellin cartel. I don't know. There he is. Supposedly it's his plane. Here's what I don't get, but maybe he's playing into it. Why didn't he like flip the camera in his face? Because now the conspiracy bugs are at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sounds like that whole Avril Lavigne was replaced in, what was it, 2003 or something?
Yeah, so he's like, shows his plane landing, but why didn't he just he's obviously by the window, why didn't he just put up, and why are you in Medellin, like, this, isn't that like the Medellin drug cartel? Isn't that the, that's where Pablo, what's his face? He's been dead and replaced by Liquid Ralph. What, Liquid Ralph because he drowned? So to give you a little... Thank you, Nesquik. I appreciate it. Thanks for being a member. To give this a little background, there was a report that a man drowned. Didn't say he was Caucasian or not. Where was that? Yucatan Peninsula? So that would be in Mexico. That would be in Mexico. We thought it was Colombia for a second. Now he's in Colombia. That's interesting. You said he was in Colombia yesterday, didn't you? Before we knew this. How did you know that?
Well, that's where it says in his, I'm pretty sure that's where he said the wrestling thing was going to be.
Well, I guess he hadn't left yet. But they said he died in the Yucatan, so he's probably in the air. But the weird thing is,
listen, fuckhead.
The thing that got everybody kind of their wheels turning. So there's an article about a tourist that had drowned again. So apparently happens enough. And I don't know. I can just kind of see Ralph saying, "Yeah, I can swim it." You know, I can see this. I just messaged Lynx, and Lynx was on our show last week. I guess she's going to talk to keep, but she didn't contact him. Now, this is my experience with Ethan as far as content's concerned, and this is what me and Matt were talking about, because I think did I tell Ethan about the bat when we interviewed him here?
I think you did, yeah. Yeah, I remember you saying that.
I got this close, Ralph, to the last interview. You fucked me. So he didn't call her. And here's the thing. I know your Ralph haters are going to get all my hate. Thanks, Carzosaurus. Some old school names. Thanks a lot. I know, like, this is wild. Because when I dealt with Ralph, when he came back, he was completely professional. In fact, he went out of his way to get up early and go, like, only have a few hours sleep to get up right on time to do the interview. I didn't really expect it, right? And he crossed all the D's, dotted on the I's, did everything he said he would was going to do, and went on. And I really started to wonder, and Matt started to wonder too, because Matt would owe me $100. But here's the thing. He was getting worried. He told me, I'm getting worried. I got worried too. And I'll tell you why. Because I'd probably take the money anyway, to be honest. But it did, like, and I only got to September. Ralph's birthday, I lose the bet, right? And well, if Ralph is dead hentai, I need $100. And I started feeling really guilty over the weekend. Like, yeah, like, all right. I know Ralph's a lot of things, but I mean, he's not at the top of my list of like being dead. You know, like he's not like that Iranian general that they clipped in Iraq a couple years back. You know, like, yeah, screw that guy. Ralph's not on that level. I'm sorry to disappoint you. And I started feeling like really guilty, you know? And I kept checking the thing. It's like, oh, just say you're alive. Say you're alive. Jesus Christ. It's so weird. But apparently he's alive because now he's yelling at it. This is very Ralph-like. Oh, he's live right now? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Hold on. See, this is the first time I've... Okay.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, he's live.
I had Kill Kino Casino banned still. Yes, I can fix that. Is Perspic still banned too?
All right. That's
He's in my group.
Now I'm stream sniping. So he's taking the picture. He didn't show a video. But this is what convinced me that he was still alive. What do you write here? And he's with laughing emoji. The only accurate reported this clown did is confirmed that I'm not 5'1". Much appreciated. How's Dodger doing? By the way, remember you stalked her for years? I guess the guy Nick Monroe was rooting for his death. And that looks like the Pablo, what's it called? Pablo Escobar picture.
Oh, he reposted something from Narcos too, I think, as well. Or like he posted.
I will say this, Ralph. If you want to end up dead, they kill influencers all the time over there. Don't talk about them.
Okay, buddy.
They actually do it. Hey, Tommy, can you please say no? How about that? That's what Chud Loggers call Nicholas Riora. I can't stop. No, I won't. Let Chud Logic say it. Wait a minute. You did pay me, didn't you? Hold on a second. I feel.
Yeah, paid you $5.
You give me $5? I guess I got to do that. All right. Mr. Delips deletes Oreos for me. Okay. Yeah, you did pay me. All right. So fine. Enough. So yeah, it was, that's when I knew. I was like, ah, yeah, he's all right. Because he's attacking everybody. Yeah, go fuck you, man. You know, we were talking like, if he didn't have so many demons, he could have been the Southern Howard Stern.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have another thing to piss you all off. Ralph's talented. Ralph's funny. Yeah. I don't like his politics. He has done horrible shit. You have every right to hate him. I don't even blame him if you wish he was dead. How about that? I told Kraut he might have died, and Kraut was like, "Oh, he didn't say that's terrible, but he didn't say what I expected him to say. Like, I expected him to say good. No, he didn't. He's like, oh wow. Let me read it off. Let's see. Actually, here he just wrote fuck. Ethan Ralph is missing in Mexico and death rumors after missing an interview. He wrote fuck. He write good. I'm revealing his DMs. Let's see. And then I wrote, Ralph is posted. I saw he went to Colombia. Oh, so he did check. He'd care about you a little bit, even though you completely steamrolled him. Unfairly, I might add. Ralph's too funny. There I am. I ain't afraid of the curse. You know, Ralph did a thing on me. He attacked me in 2000, like 5 years ago, because I said that the state had failed Christian's mother and him by not locking him up. So I guess he took that as like empathy for Chris. Yeah, Tommy C, he's okay with people fucking their own moms. I'm not. I'm a good person. Well, I almost had the last interview for him. I'm glad he's not gone because I don't know. I felt like I was going to hell. Isn't that weird? I did. I felt like well, if I win this money, like, am I going to hell? But then I was like, so I'll buy something and I'll name it Ralph or something. I'll buy $100 stuffed animal or something, name it Ralph, and put it in the corner. And I'm like, no, that's fucked up. Like, he never really did anything to me. We did stuff to my friends. I never blamed him what he did to me. Go ahead.
So now you're really rooting for him to make it to his 40th birthday.
I wouldn't say that. The Ralph Medeker storyline was like peak internet. Yeah, it was. He should have listened to Medeker. Medeker was like giving him good advice. That's one thing I wish I had talked about more in the interview. Mm-hmm. That's one thing I'd forgotten about because that was... I remember I taunted him over that. I was like, Medeker owned you, but he never answers DMs. Like, I'll get a message like 3 months from now. Like, because I sent him an audio message. In fact, I'll play it for you. I didn't want to sound like I was too concerned because it's, yeah, Tommy, you're a big pussy. If you became alive, I'll play the audio. Yeah, you think you're all tough, Mr. Tough over there. You cared about? Oh no, you can't. I hate that. You can't play the audio on the application. I hate that. Let me play this.
The web browser thing.
Yeah, for some reason it stopped working a while ago. But you only can put it on your phone. Here, I'll put it all the way up here. Hold on. Hey, buddy, I don't know what the situation is, but the speculation online is you have died, and you probably should go clear that up if that's the case. So I tried to sound cold, right? I tried to sound cold so he wouldn't say, "Oh, you cared about me, did you?" You
actually don't need to interact with real people ever.
You're gonna buy $100 stuffed animal named Ralph.
$5. Jorgner by $100 stuffed toy named Ralph and his spirit is gonna possess it like a horror movie.
That'd be funny. He runs around killing people, yeah. But well, I'm glad Ralph's okay. I think Ralph, I like to think, this may be wishful thinking on my part, because I do think he's funny. I don't think he's as hateful as he pushes. I think he panders to a hateful audience more than he is hateful. That's the way I feel about Ralph, but he's funny. And, everybody's their own worst enemy, but Ralph's worst enemy is worse than most, because I do think he could have been big if he didn't, go the right wing and thing. But the thing is, he was like me growing up. His father was really into politics, and my parents were too, and they cursed me with that. And my parents were union. My grandfather's union president. So talking about politics at the dinner table was normal, and it's not normal for most families, and it shouldn't be. And I don't do it unless I'm asked. I don't do it now because not that I'm mad at my family for doing it, but it's just, it possesses you more than it needs to. All right, let's get into all the stories. We got lots and lots of stories. Hasan denies Ben Empanada is his attack dog. That's a Belgian Malinois. You know that? I know what that dog is. You know why? Because my brother.
Why do you know?
Bad Empanada is your attack dog? No, I don't agree with half the shit that Bad Empanada does. Bad Empanada attacks me too.
Could you attack me more, Bad Empanada?
The stuff that I agree with and have defended in terms of Bad Empanada's commentary is pretty clear. He has great research. When it comes down to combating Hasbara and ahistorical talking points coming from Ethan, he's great.
He lives in Buenos Aires.
Yeah. I
tell you something. You know that the United States technically has I forget which president put it in. They have there's like one of the things that Trump signed, the executive orders for assassinations on non-military targets like leaders and stuff like that. Mossad doesn't have that. Israel doesn't have that. They will go to your country and whack you. Now, they probably wouldn't go to the States and do it. And if they did, they'd have to do a really clean job. But Buenos Aires? I don't know. You know, the way they may see it, they may rationalize it. Propagandists are legitimate military targets under Geneva conventions. Most people don't know that. And they have been hung in the past. In fact, the only reason they don't, the Lord Horha, who was a Northern Irish, lucky for him, he was a Northern Irish Nazi propagandist, probably because he was Catholic, if I had to guess. There was Tokyo Rose, and there was, what's the other one? The Bitch of Berlin. I forget the other one. Tokyo Rose was American, but she got forced into it, and Jimmy Carter eventually pardoned her, as she should have been pardoned. The other one, the German one, became a school teacher in Ohio and never, ever showed any kind of mercy for what she did. And she supposedly slapped soldiers. That's what she did. She did 10 years in prison. Lord Horha, the Brits hung him. So I wonder, like...
Was it Mildred Gillars?
What was his real name? Well, he got captured. They thought he might have...
the Bitch of Berlin.
The Bitch of... What was her name? She was American.
Mildred Gillars?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gellers, I think her name is. Yeah. Mildred Gellers. Yeah. She slapped a soldier. But Lord Horha, well, lucky him, right? So the Brits captured him. They thought he might have been American or regular Irish. And lucky, because they probably couldn't have executed him if he was Irish, but he was Northern Irish, and that's under the crown. That made you fucked. And they hung him. He swung. But the women never swung. You ever hear Germany calling? Germany calling. You ever hear that? Yeah. That was his thing. They used to beam that into England. Germany. Well, it's really creepy. Calling Lord Lord Ha. Here we go. Here he is.
Germany calling, Germany calling, Germany calling. Here are the Reichsender ambush, Station Bremen and Station DXB on the 31-meter bend. You are about to hear our news in English. The British Ministry of Misinformation has been conducting a systematic campaign.
See, if he was German, they would have just let him go. But he was English. And Tokyo Rose is American.
Of frightening British women and girls about the danger of being injured by splinters from German bombs. The women have reacted to these suggestions and alarms by...
That's right. I think they thought he was German because nobody could put their finger in his accent.
Requesting that...
And he's hiding his accent, I bet.
Milliners to shape the spring and summer hats out of very thin tin plate, which is covered with silk, velvet, or other draping material.
Yeah, and they draped you, motherfucker. They draped your ass.
The Lord Haha was actually American.
I thought he was no, he's Northern Irish.
He's originally from he's originally from New York. He was Irish American. Yeah.
But he had Northern Irish citizenship.
It was it was issued a British passport because he misstated his nationality. So he lied. Yeah.
Oh, so they would have sent him back to the States and he would have done time in the States. But so they didn't find that after they whacked him.
Here, I'll just send you the wiki article.
Let me see. I was told they found a Northern Irish passport on him. Oh, wow. There he is. Hey, how you doing there, William Joyce? 39 years old. Lord High, American-born fascist Nazi propagandist. After moving to New York, from New York to Ireland. You know who did that? The guy, the Roger, what's his name? The guy did Red Dead Redemption 2, Roger Clark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's from my neighborhood. And he moved to Ireland and got a big, thick brogue. And that's one of the reasons he's so good at accents. He's the one that told me. He says, he goes, when I go home, I'm just a Yank. When I come here, I'm a fucking leprechaun. That's exactly what he told me. Subsequently, Joyce became a member of the Oswald Montgomery fascists. Before moving to Jersey on the onset of the war. See, we should have got him. Nazi train. George was captured who had been issued a British passport when he lived in England after misstating his nationality. That's what got him killed. Oh. He was convicted in the United Kingdom of high treason. How can you commit treason of a country you're not a part of? And sentenced to death. The House of Lords upheld his conviction and hanged him in Wandsworth Prison by Albert Pierrepoint. This guy was the last executioner of England. He actually went by, he's against the death penalty by the time he died, making him the last person to be executed for treason in the United Kingdom. And he wasn't even English.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking funny. So I guess they probably didn't figure it out. Germany calling. Yeah, so he's putting on that accent. He's from New York. And that's probably why they couldn't put their finger on it.
Look at the appeal.
The
appeal contents part. It's right above the execution. Just scroll up a little bit more.
Joyce's conviction was upheld by a court of appeals on November 1st, 1945, by Lords Jowett L.C. Macmillan, Wright, Simmons, and Porter. Although Porter dissented in the House of Lords on the 13th of December, 1945, in the appeal, Joyce argued that the possession of his passport did not entitle him to the persecution of the crown.
Protection
did not entitle him to protection of the crown. Therefore, they did not perpetuate. Perpetuate his duty of allegiance and left his country. But the House of Lords rejected his argument, and nobody in the States would have gave a shit. Lord Porter dissenting opinion. It's not like now when you get some gang member and stuff, and you got a million liberals crying over you. Nobody cared back then. You're a Nazi. Bye. Lord Porter's dissenting opinion assumed that the question was whether Joyce's allegiance was terminated. Yeah, because how can you be? Was a question for the fact the jury decide. Oh yeah, they were gonna fucking throw him in. Oh, that's probably a big. Well, you can't appeal this. Joyce will argue the jurisdiction had been wrongly assumed by the court electing to try an alien for offenses in a foreign country. He's right. Joyce is right. This argument was also rejected. Oh, they just fuzz a kangaroo court. They fucked him. Rita Zuka? Yeah, I didn't know who that is. That's fucking funny. They didn't bump her off. I bet they didn't. Oh wow. Yeah, how can you commit treason if you're not of the crown? Yeah, they just railroaded him. Oh well, get lost. Let's watch this video. I don't know if it would this. I've been shaking the tree, as they say. I've heard a lot of bad things about it. Bad Empanada. I've seen some stuff that might be described as evidence. I think there's stuff coming out in the future. I don't know. I don't know if this guy backs up any of his claims, but if his claims are true, I mean, none of these people, including iDubbbz, have no excuse. None.
One of the worst YouTubers tried to sue me. I completely destroyed him. Here's how it happened. Now, Bad Empanada is a particularly sick and disgusting Greek, a Greek Australian Hamas supporter living in Buenos Aires. He boasts hundreds of thousands of followers and he's recently been promoted by the single largest online political streamer, Hasan. This is despite the fact that he has explicitly called for the mass murder of all Israelis, as well as terrorist attacks.
Evidence of all of this at the 736. Okay, so he's explicitly called for the murder of all Israelis.
He boasts hundreds of thousands of followers.
What was like? I don't agree with everything he says.
And he's recently
wouldn't that in itself just completely? All right, sorry, can't use his stuff, no matter how well researched it is.
Promoted by the single largest online political streamer, Hasan. This is despite the fact that he has explicitly called for the mass murder of all Israelis, as well as terrorist attacks against Jewish civilians across the world. This man is responsible for a reign of terror against hundreds of people online. A campaign that has now escalated to the point where human skulls have been sent to the address of famous YouTuber Ethan Klein. Bad Empanada has encouraged this terrifying harassment campaign while boasting about calling child protection services on Ethan simply because his wife is Israeli. In my personal case, Bad Empanada doxed my family members before posting my address and phone number to his followers and literally encouraging them to kill me. Somehow he thought this was a good idea prior to engaging a random no-win, no-fee Better Call Saul Lass law firm in Australia to try sue me for defamation of character. This was a huge mistake on his part because I work for one of the best barristers in Australia, Anthony Morris KC, the youngest person appointed silk in the entire Commonwealth in the 20th century. And he's previously represented clients ranging...
Now, I have been told, and I don't know if this is true, that if you don't show up for court, and you could commit speech crimes while not in Australia and break Australian law, and it's probably I'm told it's like hangover law from when it's a penal colony. They have a lot of draconian shit in Australia, and COVID showed all that. So you can actually be charged with a crime when you're not there, and if you don't show up, you're basically found guilty. You're tried in absentia.
From Australian Prime Ministers
effectively
to Oasis's Noel Gallagher. Anthony Morris KC sent a letter back to his law firm basically explaining that it was categorically impossible for Bad Empanada to be defamed by anybody on the planet because his reputation was already so deservedly horrible. We added a letter containing hundreds of his screenshots, and his law firm dropped him as a client almost straight away. Now, Bad Empanada loves to threaten people with defamation proceedings. This is actually one of his all-time favorite harassment tactics, and he's used this against dozens of people to try silence their criticism of him. He's now trying to do this against Ethan Klein. Now, because Bad Empanada is so insane, I've decided to open source Anthony Morris's legal letter to him. It shows that Bad Empanada has no reputation to be defamed. Remember, when Anthony Morris KC sent this to his law firm, they dropped him as client immediately. Let's start from the beginning, January 2024. Here's his letter. Dear Mr. Pavlu, our client, George Ganitis, defamation, concerns notice. Very fucking official, very serious, guys. We act for Mr. George Ganitis. Watch out. Our client is a prominent Australian social media personality, known for his YouTube videos containing commentary on various political and social issues. Our client first began posting YouTube videos and now has a subscriber base of over 121,000 people. He is also reasonably popular on Twitter with approximately 30,000 followers. Our client received the Don Gibb Royal Historical Society of Victoria Prize in Australian history in 2019. Holy fuck, guys, watch out. And his videos and writings have been published widely online, including by the literary journal Overland, the online magazine Counterpunch, and independent media outlet Ansainik Fon. Wow, fucking huge. We note that you are also a prominent Australian social media personality, well said, followed by approximately 5,000 people on YouTube and 79,000 people on X. Going to defamatory imputation. It is our client's position that by virtue of the offending publications, he has been defamed by you. Watch out. The offending publications carry or likely carry the following defamatory imputations against our client. A, that he has committed one or more crimes warranting arrest. B, that he holds or has held illegal or improper material on his hard drive. C, that he has committed one or more crimes warranting deportation. D, that he is involved with the brutal guerrilla group The Shining Path. E, that he is a rapist.
Look up who The Shining Path is, if you could.
I will in a second,
Well
but I
said.
also just sent you something as well that you may want to quickly look at. It's a post from Nick, because apparently the Bad Empanada guy is now going for Harley.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hasan who Anissa got in bed with, is now targeting Crater Clash Jewish main event fighter. He's being slandered genocide supporting baby killing and rape enthusiast. Wow.
Look at the pictures.
Harley's an epic mealtime genocide supporting baby killing rape enthusiast. You know, it's funny because Bad Empanada kind of strikes me as the genocide supporting baby killing rape enthusiast. I don't know. He seems more on that line of thinking than Harley Morenstein, a Canadian Joe. He's justified international Israeli mass murder of medics. This is, let's see, the IDF, who Morenstein enthusiastically endorsed, are notorious for mass anal rape. Are they? Look out. Let's see. If anyone, this is a quote from somebody else when they're sharing their observation. You watch the video more carefully, you see the vehicle they're referring to does not have emergency lights on. I don't even know what this is about. Personally, I don't think it matters. But a rape enthusiast. Any comment? The knees of the greasy? Is there any comment? Let me check. No, I'm blocked. How about Anissa? Well, we'll see if we can get out speech chats and I'll DM her. I'm not.
25 minutes ago.
I'm unblocked again.
Oh.
Oops. Well, sorry, these will not be on tonight. I apologize to each and every one of you.
Said. F, that he's a murderer. Well said. G, that he is a terrorist. Yup. I, that he is a predator. J, that he's in favor of rape. Today, you have failed to apologize.
By the way, I'm pro-rape, mate.
Publicly or otherwise. Yup, that'd be right. For publishing the offending publications or published any retraction or correction of the defamatory imputations. Yes, again, that would be right because they're all true. Pursuant to section 14.2 of the Act, we are instructed to demand and hereby demand that within 28...
They really got to do something about that Australian defamation law. It's ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous when people like that can use it.
days of the date you were served with this concerns notice, you will make a suitable offer to make amends to our client, which includes the following. And this part's brilliant, guys. Really, we really need to emphasize this. A suitably worded apology to our client, first approved by our client. B, an agreement that you will refrain from repeating, circulating, or publishing the offending publications. Again, watch out, guys. C, an agreement that you will, within 48 hours of acceptance of this offer, to remove all videos, posts, comments, and other publications about Mr. Empanada, including the offending publication that you have published online in relation to our client or its products. E, I love how it's just literally a template, because what fucking products does Bad Empanada offer, mate? E, an offer to pay our client compensation for loss suffered. And F, an offer to pay our client's costs in respect of the preparation and service of this notice in the sum of $4,238.72. Holy fuck. If you fail to properly respond to this notice and address our client's concerns,
You should Xerox your balls and send it back.
within the time frame stipulated above, we will take instructions to commence court proceedings against you pursuant to the Act, i.e. upon the expiry of 28 days of receipt of this notice without further notice. Now, friends, it's been 16 months since I received that terrifying, scary letter. I have yet to be taken to court by Bad Empanada. He's yet to commence defamation proceedings against me. Why might that be? Well, unfortunately for him, I had Anthony Morris KC step in to represent me pro bono for free because he agrees with my...
You got pro bono guys over in fucking Australia? Bad Empanada? I hope your Spanish stays good.
Pause. First,
what happens when that president over there finds out about you?
Just quickly note
Isn't he like the Trump of South America? I forget that guy with the crazy haircut.
Dear Sir, Madam, Mr. Pavlou is currently out of office until the 32nd of February. We will endeavour to respond at the earliest convenience. Best regards, wishes, Alexander Matthew Timley Phillips, the 24th. XVI, personal assistant to Mr. Pavlou. Feast day of St. David Galvan Bermudez, martyr of the Mexican Revolution. Quote, what greater glory is there than to die saving a soul? St. David on his way to minister to the wounded in a firefight.
I think everybody that puts fucking quotes in their email should have their hands chopped off. That's just my opinion.
Beautiful. That was a great message, I think. I think they would have enjoyed receiving that. Now we come to Anthony Morris's...
That's right. I never bait or exaggerate. I heard Ethan Ralph's dead.
In reply, which is one of the best letters I've ever read in my entire life. Re Drew Pavlou and George Ganitis. I represent Mr. Drew Pavlou and he has asked me to respond to your letter of 30 January 2024, purporting to be a concerns notice pursuant to Section 12A of the Defamation Act 2005, Queensland. Mr. Pavlou has provided me with detailed instructions regarding the assertions contained in your letter. However, I find it is unnecessary to engage with all the details contained in a lengthy and somewhat repetitive item of correspondence. That is because Mr. Pavlou has no intention of making amends, either in the manner demanded in your letter or at all. If your client chooses to institute proceedings for defamation, Mr. Pavlou will defend those proceedings and will also counterclaim on the grounds canvassed below. No reputation capable of being harmed. Despite the rodomontade contained in your letter under the subheadings background and serious harm, Mr. Pavlou is satisfied that your client enjoys no reputation in Queensland which is capable of being injured by the identified publication. Your letter mentions that your client received the John Gibb Royal Historical Society of Victoria Prize in Australian History in 2019. This prize is largely unknown in Queensland, and any weight which may be given to it as enhancing your client's reputation would depend on the selection criteria for this prize, as well as evidence of its reputational value. More significantly, your letter states that your client is willing to provide sworn evidence. Our client is gratified to receive this assurance as he intends to defend any proceedings on the basis that any reputation which your client may enjoy and any harm which that reputation may have suffered must be viewed in the light of your client's remarks as published to a substantial following on social media. Needless to say, your client will be thoroughly cross-examined on these matters at trial, without at this stage foreshadowing all of the topics which Mr. Pavlou will plead by way of defence. I attach a bundle of posts made by your client under the pseudonym Bad Empanada. I note that your letter under reply contains explicit admissions that your client is the person behind that name. Collectively, these posts are capable of supporting conclusions that your client 1. has expressed his open support for prescribed terrorist organizations including Al-Qaeda, Hamas and Hezbollah. 2. is an anti-Semite who has called
But he's a good researcher. Right, Hasan?
for the mass murder of millions of Jews across the world and who regularly dehumanizes and mocks people of the Jewish faith. 3. regularly defends, makes light of, or mocks horrific atrocities like the Uyghur genocide, the Holodomor, the Russian raising of Mariupol, the Bosnian genocide, and the terrorist mass murder campaign carried out by the Shining Path in Peru.
So I was right. He is the kind of a child rapey guy.
4. has called on his followers to carry out indiscriminate terror attacks against American and Israeli civilians and has called for the killing of both Israeli and American servicemen and veterans, often in an extremely gruesome fashion. 5. has called on his followers to assassinate the President of the United States of America as well as numerous other elected American officials. 6. has joked about Hamas raping or assaulting Israeli women and girls and has thereby condoned the use by Hamas of rape as a weapon of war. 7. has joked about Hamas molesting or assaulting Israeli infants and children and has thereby condoned such molestation and assaults and their use as a weapon of war. 8. has regularly threatened to kill online critics of Hamas as well as other political commentators on YouTube and Twitch. 9. has committed or alternatively has been identified by authorities in Argentina as a person who has committed one or more crimes warranting arrest. 10. has committed or alternatively has been...
Guys, really, this goes all the way back to 2021. Jesus Christ. And they have no problem using this guy on Twitch. And they resent the fact that they're called terrorist sympathizers. That's funny.
Identified by authorities in Argentina as a person who has committed one or more crimes warranting to...
What did that jackass say that we covered? That Ethan Klein's committing lawfare against Twitch? Are you kidding me?
11.
Yeah.
holds or has held illegal or improper material on his hard drive. 12. regularly...
He's breaking laws in multiple crimes, probably a lot of speech laws that I don't necessarily agree with, but I don't know if calling like calls to arms to kill the president. I mean, that's not legal in the States for sure. I don't think all this stuff is First Amendment protected, even in the States.
I mean, just look at this. Jesus Christ. Like what he's got on screen right now.
I'm going to buy poster ads with the number to maybe the people who keep sending them to me will. Bad Empanada is not messing around with me personally. He's threatened my post, so I'm about to sue me for defamation. There you go.
To post the names and addresses of his online critics as a tactic to silence and intimidate people whose political views are different from his own. 13. has sent death threats to Mr. Pavlu and has openly bragged about commencing illegitimate and unmeritorious defamation proceedings against him as a brazen cash.
That's the thing, if he gets Mossad's attention, man, I mean, you would not be one in a third world country and get their attention. Now, I don't know if they would prioritize him, but Jesus Christ.
Grab. 14. has falsely referred to Mr. Pavlu as a...
Are you going to complain that I'm asking Mossad to go bump this guy off? No, but they do bump people like this off all the time.
And a pedo, and thereby defamed him and openly admitted to having regularly invented such false allegations as smears against those whom he opposes politically. 15. has a long history of publicly endorsing child abuse.
A lawyer can find him. I'm sure they can.
Rape, mass murder, and genocide through his posts, thereby demonstrating that he is a deeply amoral and antisocial individual who poses a very real danger to society. Very well said, Mr. Morris KC. Going on.
I think you're biased.
There are no fake posts. Despite the assertion which you have made on instructions, Mr. Pavlu has not and would not create forged or confected posts, whether in the name of your client or in the name of anyone else. All other considerations aside, your client has more than sufficiently demonstrated his true character by posts which he has made without Mr. Pavlu's having to create additional examples. Well said. Why would I have to invent new tweets to attack Bad Empanada when these tweets already exist? In any event, if your client seriously intends to conduct such a case, Mr. Pavlu would invite him to preserve his hard drive in its current condition and have it sealed and notarized so that it may be subjected to proper forensic examination when he comes to Australia for the purpose of testifying at the trial. And this is the best part. Tony used this letter as a kind of Uno reverse card to advance my own counterclaim against Mr. Ganitis. As previously mentioned, should your client choose to institute proceedings, Mr. Pavlu will be counterclaiming for the harm caused to him by your client's publications falsely accusing him of being a rapist and a pedo. For the purpose of Section 12A of the Act, this letter constitutes a concern notice on behalf of Mr. Pavlu. Moving on, the harm that the person considers to be serious harm to the person's reputation caused or likely to be caused by the publication of the matter in question, extreme harm to Mr. Pavlu's reputation having regard to the size of your client's online readership, your client standing as the winner of a prize in history as an author.
I get because Bad Empanada has already debunked you, little bro. What's the debunk?
That's so good. And just to really Uno reverse card them, Tony uses the claims about Bad Empanada's amazing reputation to say, well, actually, that makes his defamation of Drew Pavlou very serious indeed. 4, the harm
He's debunked him. Why didn't he take him to court?
the person considers to be serious harm to the person's reputation caused or likely to be caused by the publication of the matter in question, extreme harm to Mr. Pavlou's reputation having regard to A, the size of your client's online readership, B, your client's standing as the winner of a prize in history and as an author published in various hard copy and online publications, Mr. Pavlou's position as a prominent Australian social media personality expressly admitted in paragraph 7 of your letter, and also as a former candidate for election to the Australian Senate.
Can you imagine if there was a YouTube account on the right calling for the deaths of Jews? You know how quick that thing would be down? Unbelievable.
Political activist, a prize-winning student at the University of Queensland, and a person who has been widely profiled in respected Australian and international publications. And D, the principal also expressly acknowledged in your letter that it has long been held by the Australian courts that to be called a pedophile is one of the worst possible things that could be said about someone if it were untrue. Yours sincerely, Anthony J. H. Morris, KC. What a letter. What a beautiful letter. Now, 2 weeks after sending that letter, Tony Morris followed up with his lawyers, and that's when we determined that Bad Empanada had completely capitulated. Re Drew Pavlou and George Ganitis. I refer to my letter of 23rd February 2024, to which I have received no response. Given that a fortnight has passed since you received that letter, I should imagine that you have had sufficient time to take any necessary instructions. Can you please advise A, whether Mr. Ganitis has any response to the concerns and notice given on behalf of Mr. Pavlou, B, whether Mr. Ganitis intends to institute defamation proceedings as foreshadowed in your letter of 30 January 2024, and C, if not, whether you have instruction to accept service of defamation proceedings to be instituted by Mr. Pavlou against Mr. Ganitis. Yours sincerely, Anthony J. H. Morris, KC. Now, that was the end of it. They never replied. They dropped him as a client and we never heard from them again. Now, in conclusion, I published this legal exchange and this debunking in the hope that it may be of some use to anybody terrorized by Bad Empanada in the future. This guy's legitimately a moral, political, and spiritual terrorist, and he thinks that he has total impunity because he lives in Argentina where the civil court system is broken. Remember, terrorists only have power if you give them power over you. Never capitulate to his terrorist tactics. Hold strong, call his bluff, and he will fold like he folded above. Thank you so much. Most blessed wishes, Alexander Matthew Timley, Philip.
I actually wonder. Well, now we think Clyde surely has this information. And he's got money. Was a content cop set in motion a year ago. H3 subreddit that Nisa Joma had been bad-mouthing H3 in a private Twitter dating back to June of 2024. And as recent as 2 days ago. Anisa and bad-mouth, these replies are from her.
These are all replies to Anissa's private Twitter on dates that correspond with specific HC videos or something. So they're assuming that these replies are probably about the quote-unquote swastika sword.
Yeah. I think the swastika thing's kind of weak, but all's fair. I mean, they play the same. If it was anybody else,
I think Harley even did a bit of an explanation of it. I can see if I can pull that up if you want. Was on the next stream.
Well, I talked to him about it, and he said something to the effect of some anime thing, and I just got lost in the sauce.
Yes.
The Nazi sword? I mean, there's tape of him saying that.
All of the figurines that you see behind me to make it seem like I actually enjoy anime.
This is boring. I know where he's going with this. It's just a bad joke. Whatever. And the sword does not interest me that much. Harley Creator Crash alleges that all fighters were paid $50K. This includes Creator Crash Clue, which lost money. I don't know about this fight night, and Nick interviewed him recently. Every fighter got an extra $30K or so on top of the 20. So it's not just for the fight night; it's for everyone. Was a surprise for Creator 1, Creator Class 2, people expected that bonus. They paid out, huh? And Nick's right.
Yeah, and I'm just also.
If you give these people money for shit, remember when iDubbbz is getting all so upset because they thought when it lost money that maybe he was doing something shady, and they were like, "Oh God!" You have to wonder. You have to wonder why this Creator Class 3.
Well,
Well,
I just wanted to clarify that the bonuses didn't go out in Creator Class 2. That's what the people who are participating in Creator Class 1 who went in. Yeah, they were expecting it basically. Yeah. So.
Okay. Anissa Joma. They got rid of the old blocking technique. I want to clarify something. We play each fighter of purse 20K for fighting each event, and it was awarded a net 30 if you complete the fight. We came up with the number because I will guarantee to cover training and costs. No one's losing money doing it. For training, most fighters pay.
It's not literally for training.
Yeah, for training, most fighters pay for training, but they get their fighter's purse like anything else conduct. Sometimes we lend money in good faith, and some people can afford to train the levels that we desire. That is advancing the purse. We do not pay for training. I'm not excited for whatever comment shows up on the thread. I bet she still thinks it's going to sell out or something. I mean, they should be in a panic. It doesn't make her thing. It makes almost no sense. They should be in a panic. She's probably just so out to lunch. I want to clear 20 credit payment is completing the contract of fighting. We do not pay for training in advance in good faith. Well, the first thing failed, so you're going to get questions. Let's see. Harley, headliner for Creative Career 3, talks about the atmosphere leading up. Get people messaging, drop out. Oh, cool. The fun little charity fundraiser has now been attached to a decades-long bloody holy war. Not the fun sentiment that I had. Aren't you glad you stuck up for him, Harley?
But I do get people messaging me that are like, you got to drop up, bro. You're gonna fucking dance monkey for people that hate you, dude. Don't even and it ends up getting into this place. And for me, and I don't know about the other fighters, but just for me, I'm just kind of like, oh, cool. The fun little charity fundraiser has now been attached to a decades-long bloody holy war in the Middle East. It's whatever. Cool. It's not really the fun sentiment I had. So now, I wake up in the morning, I'm going to go to boxing. I got to think about Israel and Palestine. What's going on?
What is he talking about? I heard that Parlo's going to beat Pyro's meat and making... What? What does that mean?
Dude, you got to fight. You got to fight the good fight, all right? Do you think when they fly in Bad Empanada to be on the red carpet, are you going to feel safe? Harley Morenstein, are you gonna feel safe when Bad Empanada flies down, dude?
The one thing that I would say is genuinely in person, especially some of the people that I'm gonna be with, I hope no one says anything stupid or is dumb about it or anything like.
We're going to get booed for sure. I don't know. It's Harley is going to call Pyro out. Oh, who cares?
Like that, because it's an uncomfortable topic. And
what's it going to be? He does it for the money?
And there are no people kidding. Around me that are sensitive to the discussion. And I mean, I have conversations with Nazis. I'm not the best grade of what is what is good or what would be, make people comfortable or whatnot. I really do just me. So I think I
am I the Nazi? Just to be clear,
you it really is unbelievable that they put their. You really have to be possessed by this shit to put this whole event in jeopardy. And don't tell me it's not in jeopardy over this. I mean, it's what's the most interesting is going to come out. What's the most interesting thing that's going to come out is who do they blame when this fails? That's all I'm interested. What is the laughable, comical response? IDubbb's going to have to jump through hoops. Is he going to have to do what he did last time and make himself a fucking clown to pay everybody off? Interesting. H3 said found a clip from 3 months ago saying Ethan had always been pro-Palestine. That's interesting.
But honestly, I think we just had like some, at the time, what I thought were minor disagreements. And I never really like paid attention to what he was saying.
About content?
No, about Israel.
Okay,
about Israel-Palestine.
Yeah.
In the aftermath of October 7. But he'd always been like very pro-Palestine.
But you guys stopped way before that.
No, we stopped.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What the
we stopped, but
he'd been pro-Palestine. Oh, that's funny. I'm sure. I wonder how many times that's been contradicted. Notice how he does on Brantley Morton's podcast, absolutely doing the thing he admits, where he intentionally tones down the views because he's talking to his audience outside of his, which means he's a liar. If he did this on his own stream, he would they would be shitting and pissing and moaning about it. Yeah, that's true. You just tell people what they want to hear. Dummies. Hasan implores that his audience not yield when people ask him if they love Hamas. He worries that AOC would 100% fail.
And all of the popularity that you get, there are going to be people that, for example, come to you and say, oh, I guess you love Hamas then. And in that moment, you can't fucking yield, okay? And I feel like if push came to shove in that regard, AOC 100%, I can see her being like,
I would love to hear her say, I love Hamas.
No, I hate Hamas. Hamas is the most condemnable force on the planet. They need to go away. And I will vote for every bill that says.
I saw the interview already. I only do clips. I don't do what the other guys do. I like clips.
We need to kill more Hamas. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that she wouldn't dance around that and basically offer a major victory that basically says, yeah, I'm in the wrong and I'm sorry for ever criticizing Israel.
Oh, boy. That just tells me the Democrats are completely fucked. He comes out with fuck Hamas. Guys, I know I'm the bacon guy. Don't listen to me, but I don't listen to anyone that makes their paycheck talking about a tragedy in the Middle East. It benefits too many and for a long time for this. Please take it with take it from the actual Palestinian and Gazan. I don't know how you can even go there. It's not even safe. Hasan went for full parasocial. Thanks so much for subbing. Appreciate it. Some of you aren't subbed. Do it now! Saw one full parasocial. He typed H3's chat log today asking for a debate and calling, when was this? 24th? That was a couple days ago. And calling his audience deluded. The stream was for paying members only, so he paid for it. I made a YT video in February asking you to debate me as well. I've said to talk to you numerous times, hey, you support terrorists. There's no reason to debate you. You pick your side of evil. Not sure why your audience is deluded. Not sure why your audience is deluded. Same reason yours is. Atria, we'll set it up soon. I'm trying to go home, brother. Yes, I said that 2 hours ago, Ethan. Well, did you ever see his past? When are they going to debate? He's just going to scream over him like he did Willie Mack's show. One red herring after another. One you don't know anything. Interesting. Here's Frogan, beautiful woman.
It's always. Okay.
Genocide. Oh, and Destiny.
I'm a live
beautiful man.
streamer as well. I know being live for hours and hours on end, you can misspeak, and that is exactly what happened whenever I said the thing about the U.S. military. I said it in a way in which I didn't.
Where is this coming from? Out of nowhere?
And I also clarified it on Twitter.
Bitch, you tripled down on it. Are you serious? Just stand on it. Fuck the troops. If you hate soldiers, then fucking say it. Oh, she can't maybe because she's on Twitch because of the policy. Bro, you literally fucking triple. Didn't she literally triple down? Wasn't there initial backlash and then she doubled down on it and then that one, and then didn't she triple down on it and then get banned?
Yeah, I think so.
Bro, find me the initial and find me the double down. Find it, please. Oh my God.
I think old Peepaw, shot from the point legend, Found it. This is
I have
viral.
no pity at all for any fucking soldiers. Distress, thank you so much. I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers.
Where's the misspeak?
U.S. military? Who fucking who?
Misspoke while eating.
I hope you get PTSD.
Cow, huh? Fucking don't eat,
You know?
don't eat the mic. It's not an ice cream.
I do the ones the ones I'm like whatever about the U.S. soldiers are the ones that like acknowledge that like what they did was wrong. They didn't know back then.
Yeah, the only time the lefties, I've said it 100 times, and the only time they want you if you're disgruntled or defeated. That's the only good that they have for you.
Whatever. You're a good person in my book. I'm like a Tom. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted. The U.S. military that are like, yeah, like, you know, I did this back then, but now I know it's wrong. Like, I'm changed. Like, fuck imperialism. Fuck this.
I should have killed kids at a concert and been a good soldier.
You don't deserve the PTSD. But like any other motherfucker, you're joining them. You're like, oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into a fucking.
Well, I have health insurance, and they died like pigs. And everybody.
I have no pity.
I had a buddy tell me he worked in one of the prisons, and they used to piss themselves and shit themselves. Even guys that had come in for like the third time and knew they were going to let go, mostly because they'd make people in Iraq fight that didn't want to fight. You know, they tell them they'd be in like 3 times, and they would go through the same shit their pants and stuff like that. I don't know if they were doing it on purpose or not, carrying on.
Any other motherfucker.
Even guys they like let go. Okay, here we go.
Any other motherfucker, you're joining them. You're like, oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
So this is a Misty. Wow. That's a crazy face. That's crazy. That's a crazy face. Rest in peace, Ralph.
And they posted it in my head. I'm like, base?
What a beautiful woman, huh?
Base? Like, am I supposed to be like I'm not walking back on it. I still fucking agree with it. Base? Any other?
I'm not walking back.
At all for any fucking soldiers.
Based.
Yeah, based. She said she misspoke.
Distress, thank you so much.
I wonder why because what's her name made a half-ass. Dennis made a half-ass apology too. I wonder why they feel like they're doing this. Twitch is probably telling them to.
Probably.
I will never have any fucking.
For the same reason that the black guy said, I didn't have to apologize to Ethan. Shows you how sincere that video was. Ethan takes shot at Anissa Joma on IG with hypocrisy core edit. Terrible person. Wretched friend and even worse organizer. Well, that's the truth.
YouTubers have no idea what it is to
I remember this meltdown.
Work a normal job, let alone.
I think he went right from college to doing this. Like, who the fuck are you?
Put on a whole event, okay? You have no clue.
Yeah, neither do you. I fully admit that I don't have a clue. I'm completely not competent to do that, but neither are you.
You don't even know what it's like to clock in and have someone breathe down your neck.
She's the only woman that's ever worked. Anissa Joma, everyone.
I'm over them crying. They cry like they're the victims. Bro, you like made a video like with all these weird out-of-pocket assumptions. Like just so out of pocket.
I've been shaking the tree, Jeannie.
Yeah.
I've been told she's reading the riot act to people behind the scenes, and they all capitulate. If she ever got to talk to me that way, I'll make you cry. No problem. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'll make you cry so much, Ian will join you. Canute catches extra Emily on the road. Extra Emily is like this new crazy broad, right? It's like a rich kid.
Well, you paint a huge pencil. Look, that's Emily! Coming in a white Tesla! Just ripping through the red light.
Boy, she's really crazy. Who's doing a video? Somebody told me they're doing a video on her. Damn, almost clipped the car. All right. Frogan said she misspoke.
It's always.
All right, we saw this one. I misspoke. Ethan and Zach from H3 aren't buying Frogan's latest video. You don't think? Phil doesn't agree she's vile, disgusting human being. Regarding Frogan being not that bad, I think she's a disgusting human being. I despise her.
But that being said, like, regarding Frogan being like
Tommy, it's a woman behind the wheel. What did you expect? Well, guess what? Women are better drivers than men. It's statistically proven by insurance companies.
She's not that bad or whatever it is. I don't want to.
What about Emily though? Didn't we prove this? We did a whole show on guess the driver. Was it a woman in a car accident? Guess it was a woman or a man. It was mostly men. It was, wasn't it? It was mostly men.
Yeah. And with the women, it wasn't like anything reckless. It was one of those like, oopsies, I just plowed into the back of the fence.
Yeah.
I miss them.
Yeah, women probably get they get in dopey accidents, right? Like backing into guys end up getting decapitated after the car turning over 5 times.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, there has been one of a girl that I remember of like I can't I know she's known as, I want to say Mercedes girl, but I don't know if it's that.
Every person I ever knew that was killed in the car accident was a guy. Everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't even remember. A buddy of mine got killed. He was a year younger than me. He got killed in a car accident. A drunk driving car accident, and he was the drunk driver, which is super rare. And there's girls in the cars, and they didn't even get killed. I've never, just me personally, I'm sure women get in fatal accidents all the time, but I don't know anybody. And I grew up in New Jersey. It's like, Jersey Turnpike, Parkway. If you look at Woodbridge, the Parkway and the Turnpike intersect right there. You know those. You ever see The Sopranos? Jeannie?
I have not.
No. Not one episode?
No.
You never seen the part where Tony Soprano drives down the turnpike at the end, like the intro?
No.
How did you? You're fired. Yeah. How do you never see The Sopranos?
I know.
What's the matter with you?
You
watch with your boyfriend.
No. We've been watching Dexter together because that's the only thing he's been wanting to watch.
I don't like Dexter. Dexter's
it's kind of lame.
Too gay for me.
In your guys' mouth.
Yeah.
You were all agreeance that she's like...
No. Our point was that she doesn't need to be attacked for her looks, and like she's just dogpiled.
Yeah.
I was just like, dude, I don't know. Because listen, I think she's a disgusting human being. I despise her, and I don't really want to give her any benefit of the doubt, especially at this point. The other Jewish person I know in here, I mean, Zach, I know your opinion about her. You don't have to say it, but you can.
I'm not Jewish. I think she's a pig.
I think she's a vile fucking piece of shit human being.
Yeah, and so, I mean, I'm just saying...
Don't pull any punches. That guy said that with authority. You hear that?
Especially at this point. The other Jewish person I know in here, I mean, Zach, I know your opinion about her. You don't have to say it, but you can.
I think she's a vile fucking piece of shit human being.
Yeah.
He was an idiot. It was that.
Yeah, and so, I mean,
And that's that, Jack.
I'm just saying, like, and by the way, I saw the reason I'm thinking about this is because I saw a really compelling post from a ex-veteran. Or not an ex-veteran, you're a veteran. That's ex already. You can't be an ex-veteran. That means you rejoined the army.
Yeah, you went back. That would be possible.
Of a veteran being like, PTSD. Like, I know people have killed themselves from PTSD. Saying you hope people have PTSD is basically saying you want them to die. Like how horrible it is, and we all know that. And like for someone who's been through that in firsthand experience, I think she makes a great point where it's like, let's not fucking give her too much benefit of the doubt here, guys, because like at the end of the day, let's actually talk with the ones who she's targeting. I think we should.
I wish he had the cursing Tourette's. That would be so much funnier, wouldn't it? Don't you think?
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's got the hand.
I mean, that's
Tourette's.
when the button could kind of be in use.
He's got the eyebrow in the hand. God damn it! I think it'd be funny if he's talking really serious about Hasan and everything he's done, and he gets to it in the middle of it. He just yells the N-word top of his lungs. Oh, shut up, Obax. I know you always love me.
Listen to them, and they're saying me, she's a fucking horrible person.
Yeah, I mean, none of us defended that statement that she made. Yeah, and I
just don't like when people call her Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah,
that's all
I
I'm saying.
I do. I think it's perfectly fine. Ugly on the outside, ugly on the inside. I just don't like when you call her Jabba the Hutt. But, well, you know, it's a lot of fun over there in the H3 podcast. We're all about the fucking laughs, but you can't say that. It's Manchishi, not blowbacks. Yeah, that's right. That's why I don't watch H3. Boring. Oh, there's my the other love of my life.
Stardust.
Yes, I love her. If my wife dies, I'll take Stardust with me and I'll make her a nice Irish American housewife.
I think it's funny that you think me being in the iDubbbz video is what's going to cause this harassment. When in reality, it's you, Ethan. You're acting like you haven't spent the last year and a half doing everything in your power to push people to bully and harass me, including weaponizing propaganda organizations.
You know, this goes to the bad Empanada thing, too. Like, how can you sit there and push people to harass you when you're sitting there saying all soldiers should get PTSD? That's going to bring you a lot of... She laughed at the Tactone's dad, who was hit by a mortal shell in Iraq. I didn't know that. Yeah, like, they bring it on themselves and they bitch. They're such crybaby bitches.
Such as the ADL to get me banned off Twitch because I made a joke about you not being
weaponizing propaganda organizations such as the ADL. Wow. 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 Oh my fucking God. What the fuck, dude? Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. What is going on?
It's your side of the aisle, sweetheart.
Are we just JQing on Maine now? What's going on? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I don't hate Stardust, but I don't like when the lefties do this. They say, oh my God, oh my God. They never actually say why they're outraged or point why it's wrong. Now, this is just a clip, in fairness to Stardust, so I don't know. Maybe she got into it. But I do see that a lot. It's like, you see this lefties all the time, right? Like even like the nicer ones. That's crazy. That's so nuts. Oh my, did you hear what he said? Hear what he said? Okay, like, where's your commentary? Now, it's really unfair for me to do this to Stardust. I'm not trying to point her out. And this is just a clip, and we only watch clips here. So for all I know, she crossed all her T's and dotted her I's. But I see that all the time. Can you believe they said that? That's crazy. This person's really crazy. They should see a doctor. You see it all the fucking time. Hasan's one of the worst offenders. Never explains herself.
Stop. Stop it.
She's Destiny makes shit up.
JQing on Maine. She's doing it. She's doing it. It couldn't be because it was objectively anti-Semitic. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Okay, why is it objectively anti-Semitic?
Not a dog whistle, it's a foghorn. What was she
It is a foghorn.
thinking? What was she thinking? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
All right, enough. I see so many left-wing commentators doing that. Can you believe they said that? Yes, I heard it. Now, do your part. Ugh. I'm sure I've done that once or twice. I usually laugh, though. Frogan hits back in Ethan's timeline. It's Islamophobia to call a person anti-Semitic for every little thing they do. Boy. I think it's anti-Semitic to call everybody Islamophobic. How about that? How do you like that little twist, sweetheart? Ludwig reveals that he would likely step away for good from Mogi Mail. What's Mogi Mail? Cites drama frogs more powerful as a reason why. Is he the lamest, dumbest himbo? with the possible exception of Hasan, they drive fear into my heart. You did forget you had a dick between your legs there, Slick, didn't you? It's a bit of money lose, but it's okay. Will you post Mogi Mail again? No, I don't think so. I think Drama Landscapes has changed quite a bit in YouTube in a way that I don't like. Who's doing stuff on him? I mean, we rarely touch on him, and it's usually when he says something funny, you know, or dopey, or he takes both sides of something, or does this fucking fence-sitting balancing act. Yeah, like he's not like he's like a live stream fails, like in the strictest sense. It's not like he just says dopey stuff. And he's kind of a pussy, but I don't like how bad could they be? I'm worried we can't stand getting goofed on. You didn't even get made fun. Like all the big drama guys barely touching his shit. Or he's making it up. I don't like it so much because there's sometimes fun drama, but I do think drama frogs become more powerful, scarier. Can you imagine right now if you're a dude? To be honest, they drive fear into my heart. I'm going through my head. Would it be more embarrassing to be beaten by a large dildo unconscious, or to type this? That's what I'm just going over it in my head now. I'm trying to sort it out. Right now, the scale's kind of going back and forth a bit. It's not leaning one way or another. What's more humiliating? I'm marrying Anissa Joma. There you go. So you know I'm doing quite well. Okay, we're chilling. Buddy. No, you're not. You're scared. How can you chill when you're so scared? What did Ludo say? Hold on a second. I want to read that. I don't like when people give different opinion to me, so I'm canceling Mogul Mail. Maybe. I don't know. I never checked it out, Panic Pun. It's so easy to blame the drama for. I've rarely seen him on Nick. I've never seen him on Judd. And those are the big dogs. I've rarely seen him on Tom. Tom doesn't stream anymore. All you got to worry about is Queeman. Mr. Credibility. What a dork. Imagine him like playing this and go, that's what I'm talking about. That guy right there. with all 126 followers live. Truly unbelievable. People turning on Carl Jobs. This is Notch, by the way, creator of Minecraft. Like they got bored of being a part of the good guys. It's not that simple, Notch. Is it possible the real problem here is cheating narcissistics, pathological liars? That's not why he was in court, and that's the problem, Notch. I'm with you. And not up until this moment, a trusted community member, he did not go into great detail why he's being sued. He led people. Billy had sued people before for calling him a cheater, and he lost. So most people thought it was this, and if it was a mistake, it was a bad mistake. If somebody would have restrained, because we had it happen real time. I think it was it like in the fall? You were here when the guy came in here and started lighting me up in the chat, and we actually looked into what he was talking about. Right? He was a real jerk, but he did calm down. We actually looked into what he was talking about. Because I assumed, like everybody else, it was about cheating, and it wasn't. And that guy specifically said that the Australian defamation laws were like draconian, and that he was fucked. And it's just like the judge said, to Carl. And I don't want to chill on Carl, but he did see himself as some kind of hero. He was going to take the big dad Billy down, and he was going to do it, as the judge saw it, by any means necessary. Carl's only brought this on himself. I hope he can come out of it, and I think he can. Public relations wise, I don't know what his pocketbook's going to look like. But apparently in Australia, you can't say somebody caused somebody else's suicide unless you have some serious proof that's the case, like direct evidence. I don't like it because that sounds like an opinion to me. And I don't think you should have to pay legal expenses for an opinion. By the way, it's my opinion that it probably had something to do with Apollo's suicide. That's my opinion. Apparently, I can have that opinion in Germany. But you said come bring it, and he brought it. Carl Jobs. I get where you're coming from, Notch, and he's actually lent money, and I get where, but it wasn't about. It was a defamation lawsuit under Australian law, and it met the requirement for defamation under Australian law, which is admittedly draconian. Oh, yeah, Carl. I also say I think in American, I don't think it made it to court in American law. Top loaded game. I don't think it made it. In fact, it would. I'll tell you why it would have been tossed. He's a public figure. You're allowed to believe that. It would have been goddamn First Amendment violation. I think that it would have if it went to court, they would have said, "Look, while this isn't true, it's not defamation because he's entitled to this opinion."
You actually don't need to interact with real people ever.
Ralph is live right now.
For STS donated $5. Ralph is live RNL Mao commentary. Jesus, he has risen through the cocaine ash.
Good for him. I'm definitely going. The last 3 times I said I was going out, I'm definitely going out tonight. So I don't know. What do you like? Interrupt. Like, am I wrong about this? Like, you can fight with me every so often. You know that?
Yeah, no, I know, but the thing is, I agree with you here. Like,
yeah,
I mean, like, I think you can see Notch's point, but in reality, Carl did kind of portray things in a slightly, I wouldn't even say slightly, actually. He just didn't provide information that was kind of necessary for people to make the opinion.
To make the decision. That's why he's in trouble. 999, keine Meinungsfreiheit. Wir sind nach Nazi America. Okay, there. It's like another Clater Country spoke out against Ian's content cop. Hey guys, I've heard about the stuff going down. I really feel for you. I really hope everybody feels good as they can. I hope everyone makes it out there sane. Good luck, Lena. That was nice, Dad.
Yeah.
Wish I could talk about what I know. And of course, this is the God. Look, my home team, Vehan Wiesbaden, has like 2 home games left, and we're not getting promoted, and we're not going to go to the DFB Pokal next year. We're fucked. Dead middle of the table. I bought tickets. Rafa can't come, but we're having a big barbecue. It's too bad you couldn't have got here this week. We're having a big barbecue.
Yeah.
I
mean, I've got a final on Thursday, so
my English. I have another friend. I have 2 friends now.
2? Oh my God! You doubled them.
I have it's all over football. I have an Englishman. I almost said his name by accident. That would have been dumb. I have an Englishman of Irish descent who's a big Chelsea fan, but he goes to all the.
You actually don't need to interact with real people ever.
Janie's left lip is out of
proportion. $5. Jani's left lip is out of proportion.
Proportion. That's the proper way to say it in German. From what I understand, they've lived. The high seating's gone, but this is what my point is. When I went to go pick a seat, this is what it looks like because our team's fucked. Because nobody's going to game now. They're like, fuck it. Fuck it. Yeah, you're missing a really good barbecue.
Well, click the. Well, okay.
Oh, well, what happened?
I was going to say click the next.
Oh, the next one comes up.
Yeah, because it compares and I'll grab it real quick because it compares and contrasts because they've I can't think of the word right now, but they've closed down the upper section of the arena, so
noise.
You can't buy it anymore here. I've got the tweet again.
Yeah, it's the upper section. Yeah, I heard the upper section was gone.
There.
So.
And they've also reduced the prices.
Yeah. How much is it?
Well, so it looks like the original stuff was at like 215.75, and
Where? Front
now
row?
it's gone down. No, that was section
Platinum's
FL7
using
row
it.
7 C10.
Mm.
Yeah, official platinum.
That's
And
good.
then it's changed. It's cut down $100.
Okay. Well, I guess I get to see Ian dance. Dance like the bitch he is. Hmm. Asmongold might be on vacation, but it's sure garnering attention. Even from crooked MSM. The Atlantic is now taking shots in all we wanted to do was play video games. The author mentions Asmongold's controversy and how his half-hearted foolery into political commentary is like a modern day expansion of Gamergate. They only do this when someone who they can box into right wing. I noticed it's always scary when they develop an audience. It's never scary when Hasan does, when communists do. Hey man, it should be about it should be about video games. That's why we're all here. Like, when it's right leaning, and he has to dance all over the place. He is the only right wing guy, really. I guess they've had to loosen up on a little bit, but. That said, he's a buddy with a lot of opinions. I'll translate. When somebody says you have a lot of opinions, when especially a lefty, means shut up. Last year, he was temporarily banned from Twitch for saying Palestinians were part of an inferior culture whose destruction doesn't mourn. He apologized earlier this month and attracted controversy for saying transgender kids exist only because of adults' mental illness. Oh, I agree with that. And doubled down on that one. That's fine. By the way, most people believe that. No, I saw Jordan Peterson. What did he say? Like I'm the proud parent of a non-binary and transgender child, and he went over like the odds of having 2 kids like that. It's like insurmountable. And they were like 9 and 7. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the
God.
parents. Yeah, and it's like insurmountable that could be true. Yeah. And don't think for a minute, for people that want like pats on the back and they want to seem as sophisticated, or they will sacrifice their children. Don't think so? Look at the way adults act when they're getting divorced and how they use their kids. They will use their children. This style is far from the shrewdery of provocateurs such as Candace Owen, Newsmax's Trump apologist. Instead, it's detached or whirly amused. He comes off like a burned out tutor hired to translate current events into gamer speak for distracted teens. I don't know. Yeah, he's a danger. This is them trying to get him deplatformed, which will happen one day. They'll get sick of him eventually. Lolcow alert. Kid behind the camera arrested for domestic violence. Damn. Michael Robert Green. Well, I wonder if I should be putting this up. This guy gave me like $2-3 grand for helping soldiers and people in Afghanistan. Has anybody got the details on this? 3rd degree domestic violence.
I don't know too much about
What is
it.
3rd degree? I got to be honest. 3rd degree? What does that say? Really mean? So 1st degree, you planned it. 2nd degree, it happened all of a sudden. 3rd degree. Yeah. Keep your hands to yourselves, kids. If that's what happened here. I don't even know if that's what happened. If she gets on your nerves, do what I have always done and what they told me to do in the Army, and it works. Go out. Outside.
So
Go to a bar.
Yeah, so it's looking... Yeah, it's looking like 3rd degree domestic violence is when the defendant attempts to cause injury or harm to a family or household member, that type of shit. And then it gives the victim like reasonable cause to feel imminent fear or something like that.
Oh, so
That's
they don't
what
have
I'm
to, they don't have to
understanding
get
to
her. So if that means, well, he might have threatened her. That's what it means. It probably
Yeah.
means he laid her hand on her.
It could have been something like, "Oh, I'm gonna blah 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 blah."
Michaela.
And then they, yeah.
Do you know who this broad is? I don't. Michaela comes
No.
out and denies allegations
No.
that she ended an Oblivion stream after seeing a general option removed from the game. He is just forming interaction. She didn't actually say that. I don't even know what the game is, or I haven't streamed it. Yeah, not to give this any more attention, but he's just forming interactions. I didn't actually say this. I don't even know what the game is. I haven't streamed it in over a month. Kaylee entered Oblivion stream after seeing gender option being removed from the characters menus. Shit woke ass game trend enters have ruined everything. Oh, so some guy tried to like get the lefties pissed off at her. I don't even know what's so wrong about saying ending the stream's a little weird. Yeah, they're trying to make her look crazy. She must be getting. I have to keep an eye out for her. She must be getting bigger. Billy Mitchell. Who's that? Who's he talking to? I know that guy. Oh, Camelot. I know Camelot. I've interviewed him.
Yeah, but he should. Man, the settlement, the TG settlement, the Twin Galaxy settlements was sucked. Sucked complete ass, man. Billy Mitchell needs to be destroyed in court. He needs to be destroyed in court. So these people need to be punished in a big way.
This is what the judge was talking about. He didn't like this. And you would think you would talk this way, if you were to talk this way, that you would know Australian law and know that, you know, you could be effed. Scam-a-lot, game fraud, yeah.
Before they stop.
I wish Doc was still here. He had a weird conversation with us.
They need to get taught a lesson. So I am now the last chance that I'm the last chance the public has to punish Billy.
Yeah.
And in Australia,
if I'm pretty sure this is mentioned in court.
When you lose, you generally almost always get awarded a judgment for costs, which means you got to pay back a certain amount of the costs. And because my costs are so high, Billy's looking at like a bill for like $300,000 or $400,000 when he.
So my numbers are right, Jeannie.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, for his, but then that's the thing.
Yeah,
is
but
then
it's going to
that's
go
on
that way
top
too.
of-
Yeah, and then whatever he spent. So it's probably $500,000 he lost. No, not Doc on the radio.
So if I was Billy, I'd be.
It was mentioned in court.
Shitting myself. And also, like, the last person on YouTube you want to lose to is me.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be 100 vids rubbing it in afterwards.
Oh, milk. Well, let's see what this douchebag doing. This Long Island douchebag. I just got robbed at gunpoint for $300,000 worth of jewelry. Who was that guy that we had to cover? What was his name? Yeah,
There's a lot of guys who covered.
That was the last stream. What was his name? I forgot his name. Poacher something?
Oh, glitch poachers, yeah.
Was it a glitch poachers? Am I allowed to laugh at this? Yeah. This make me a bad person.
Guys, I just got
PR
robbed
Predators,
on Rodeo Drive for $300,000 worth of my diamond chains.
I walked down the street, $300,000. If that's even true.
Pretty cooked. So funny, yeah. But I'm live on party, so. Guys, I just...
God. We asked Amaranth to build her Mount Rushmore of streamers. Is Slasher going to come in and like say how she got it wrong?
What's your Mount Rushmore of streamers?
Probably.
The founding fathers of streamers. I'd say Rekful, Ice Poseidon, Mizkif, and XQC.
Really? What about Soda Papa? He was ahead of the game for everybody. A lot of them ripping him off for years.
Because I feel like they really changed the space of
Soda Papa was really funny back in the Disney.
live streaming and kind of like paved the way for people to do the kind of programming they do today. I think e-girls are a fad, as we can see where metas keep getting banned. So I don't think girls should be on there.
Thanks, sweetheart. So that's it. Say go to calls. You guys got something to say? Say it. I feel a love phone.
I think the
coming.
guy.
What?
The guy who was what was it about? Who was talking about Pyrocynical, whatever. He was in waiting to call for a bit.
All right, what are we talking about Pyrocynical for?
Back.
Come on back, Light Man. That's a solid list. Yeah, it is a solid list. Yeah, I'm thinking love phones. Soon.
He's back.
All right. LT Star with, yeah. Lake Star. You're on.
Hello.
What's up? What are you hearing?
So, just a couple of questions. Why do people hate Jack Doherty? Like, I'm not trying to say he did. I'm not trying
Have you seen his content? Like, have you ever seen his content?
No, I haven't seen his content. I just.
Well, there you go. That's why you don't know.
Probably some like annoying. He's probably some annoying kid or what.
Yeah, he goes to like public malls and like pushes people, and when the people he pushes around physically pushes them, have enough of them, then he has this like big. He has like this big black guy, bodyguard that he hired that fend him off. It's like the most cowardly shit you've ever seen.
Not only that, it's illegal. If he pushes someone, he could go to prison. That's
he
assault.
doesn't. He doesn't. No, he can't go to prison for pushing somebody. Come on, I'd have the electric chair.
Well,
if
that's
that
assault.
happened.
No, I thought
I know it is, but let's be realistic. Not everything gets prosecuted. You know, life isn't like GTA. You don't get stars above your head. No, he walks the mall. He pushes fucking people. He bumps them or something. Pretends it's by accident, and then
like it's in fights. He's one of those scrawny brawlers.
he fucking picks fights. So people hate that. He's done it to like families.
If he didn't pick fights, he would have been an okay guy. He didn't pick fights.
He's not an okay guy. He used to drive all his neighbors crazy by racing his fucking dirt bike up and
Jake
down.
Paul. He got inspired by like Jake Paul.
Yeah, he's a Jake Paul inspired guy. He used to drive everybody on Long Island crazy. He's just hard.
Well, Jake Paul grew out of it. I'm actually from Long Island, believe it or not.
Oh, I can believe it. Well, I'd move if I was you. I grew up close. I grew up close to Long Island, and that was too close.
Oh yeah, cool.
Strong
One last
Island.
thing before I
Are you from Strong Island? From White Slip?
No, I'm from Car Place, but yeah.
All right.
Nassau County.
Nassau.
And one last thing before
You know
I
what we
go,
used to do? You know what I used to do? We used to drive to Long Island to see the Amityville house. It was like a rite of passage for kids in New
that's
Jersey.
nice.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Nick is from Long Island, I think.
Yeah. Nick's from Long Island too. Yeah, we used to go there, and the cops would chase us out. What are you doing here? And you'd be like, they look at our license, like, you're from New Jersey? What are you doing here? What do you think we're doing? Look at the Amityville house.
All right, sorry, I just forgot to say hi to Jenny. Hi, Jenny. How are you?
Hi.
Just saying hi.
It's G.
Hello.
One last thing before I go.
Sure.
I heard that Parlo YT called out Pyrocynical.
Who is that?
Again,
Who is that?
So Parlo YT is like this like Roblox creator who apparently like he goes on basically calling out people for like Roblox creators for being pedos, and then he got called out for being a pedo.
Did you call in once before? Did you call in once before? Send me one of his videos. I think you've called him before.
Yeah, I did. I sent you on the chat. I sent you on the chat. The
chat doesn't
YouTube
do me
video.
good. Send me one of the videos here. It's open DMs.
I'll send you one of the videos right here.
Yeah, but his videos are insane. Didn't we watch? I feel like this is like
Can I DM it? Can I DM it to you?
Yes. I keep saying yes.
Yeah, this is one of the videos from Parlo YT. This is like this green looking avatar kind of guy. I think he's weird. I think
Just send me the video, you knucklehead.
I sent you the video. Dude.
Did you? Oh no.
I did. It's on your DM.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay. You're a wild guy.
It's one that says that Parlo with the crying face has been exposed, something like that.
Let me see this. Let's watch this stuff.
I'm going to use this
We're
video.
gonna watch this together. Now call up the thing and watch it with us. All right. Here we go.
False allegations made against me by the UTTP and malicious users who are part of Pyrocynical's subreddit who have been
he's got 500K.
harassing me. These people have spread unsubstantiated accusations against me and pushed flat-out false claims that I am some sort of with baseless evidence, and today I wish to debunk the allegations and prove these people to be compulsive liars. Now, the first situation to cover came from Pyrocynical's subreddit r/Pyrocynical, where a user named Dupe had been proven to have used an account called OKChannel9175. Now, Dupe essentially made a post under this account name that I dated him when he was and I was 19 years of age. Heavily
You had to bump out 12. This is nothing I would ever cover in a million years. This is typical, like, people just calling each other pedos. I'm
sorry. Have a good one.
This is not for me, buddy. Take care. I might make fun of this guy.
alluding to the fact that I knew his age and yet continued nonetheless, which is simply untrue. These claims started.
So this guy is getting one guy, but some people in Pyro's
to be spread like wildfire in the subreddit, with it culminating over 3,000 upvotes, with people slandering me as some sort of and even stating that I should be, with other people even stating that regardless of if this was false or not, I deserve it. This of course all happened despite the fact that there was no legitimate proof provided whatsoever that I actually knew that Dupe was 12 or...
Now everybody knows. Now 49,000 people know. Great. Good job, kiddo.
It's only from
Thank
2
you.
hours ago, so.
I can't say his name. I don't have my glasses on, and I pushed the screen farther back. Who is that?
Cub and
Cuban Apple, I think.
I don't know.
You're on the air.
Whatever it is.
The difference is pyro. I saw that, Seth. Are you gonna call? Are you gonna talk on your thing, or are you just gonna keep me hanging here? Open voice. What the hell is this? Oh, I see. All right. I guess he doesn't want to be in after all. Any other calls? Jump in. I want to go to the bar. Well, maybe Kieran's there. Oops. I put myself in the wrong room. Isn't that funny? I don't know. I hit the wrong button. What do you want from me? I'm not that smart.
I was like, what the? Can you show your screen again, please?
Oh, yes, I shall.
Because you just fucking left.
I don't know. I was like, fuck this, I'm out. Bang. I hit the wrong button.
Yeah, I was like, damn, this guy really rubbed you the wrong way.
Hello.
Hello, Lynn. How are you?
You all just sound so...
I'm excited to hear from you.
Disappointed.
Yeah.
I get that when I go places. Don't worry, I'm used to it.
How are you, sir? I hate your mic. I absolutely despise your microphone, by the way.
Do not worry. I've actually bought a mixer for my microphone.
Good.
And it's on its way from Amazon.
I hate it. I hate your microphone. You sound like you're in jail or something, and you're like speaking through the glass.
I might be.
Yeah.
Have you considered that? It's possible in Denmark. They can go online and on the prison.
Yeah, I could. You know what? I could believe that. I told you in Germany, we knew this guy over here was going to jail. We called up to borrow his Xbox while he was gone. He said, "No, bring it with me."
Yeah. My neighbor went to the Slammer a bit ago.
He brought his Xbox. He brought his Xbox. People don't fucking believe me. All right, so it's two Americans in Germany. One's a European American, myself, a white guy, and a black guy, an African American. And we heard he's bringing his Xbox to jail, and it was just silence. I remember holding his phone, and both our mouths were open. We couldn't believe it. And he said to me, "It's like, man, where I'm from, there'd be a lot of people, a lot of dead N-words." That's what he said. If you would take your Xbox. It
does occasionally happen, but that someone will murk someone in Norway or whatever. But I'm surprised it doesn't happen more because
I know.
Yeah, I think your average Scandinavian prison is probably more recently painted than where I live.
I got to be honest with you though, Europeans aren't as crazy as Americans. There's not as much mental illness. I'm the perfect guy. Spent 20. God, it was gonna be 20 years in July. And then when I left, I spent 28 years in the States, right? I spent 20 years more of my adult life over here. They're just not as crazy. I never, when there were fights, when we went to shows in Asbury Park, it wasn't out of the realm of possibilities for somebody to go in the trunk and pull out a gun. It just, you can get killed here for a dumb situation like that, but usually stabbed. And it just doesn't happen as much. And you know what I think it is? There's less mental illness for some reason. You don't have a lot of people and I miss it sometimes too when I go to the city and somebody's like, Bugs, Burger King. Yeah, I miss those people. They're my people. But
we got one of those in town. But
yeah, that's exactly it. You got one village idiot, man. They're all over the fucking place in the States. Come north.
You're completely correct.
I've lived in Europe a long time,
isn't it? It's mental health issues. You can have guns in half of Europe on your hip, but
Finland's got
mental health.
Finland has a lot of people know that Finland has close to American gun laws. A lot of people don't know that.
The biggest difference is the whole like you need the paperwork and then carry laws, but by and large,
Same thing in the
Europe, you
States.
can get a
Same thing in the
permit.
States. Oh, yeah. You can get a legal gun over here. I told a German guy, I was offered an illegal gun for about $300. And that was about 16, 17 years ago, though.
I've been in that sort of environment,
Yeah.
to put it lightly.
You want to hear
Street
something even
prices
funnier?
these days-
You know who's selling it to me? An American.
Of course.
In Europe. Where the fuck you get that? You know what he told me? There's a lot of people over there don't appreciate the... No, it was like a First Amendment wacko guy. A lot of people here, you're living here too. You know, we believe we have the right, whether it's the law or not, because we're Americans, and you have the right to defend yourself and your life. And then he's telling me, better be judged by 12 than carried by 6. And I was like, you know what? I'll take my chances. I'm not going to get a gun during my divorce and trying to become legal in Germany. I think I'll skip on that. It's not that dangerous from where I was from.
The funny thing is, Germany has carry laws. They are in the books. They just never give.
No, there's no way to get him though. It's almost impossible.
You don't get the permit. They will.
You get the permit. You get the permit if you're protecting.
Get the permit.
If you're protecting some big shot from Berlin, then you'll get one. That's the only way you get a permit.
Basically,
like that.
yeah.
That's
Security companies.
It's hard to get a carry permit in the state. Like in New York, it's almost impossible unless you work for.
That's New York. That's a liberal hellhole.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's where I grew up, New York area. So.
Yeah, that explains a lot. That's why you're so opposite. You got to be rebellious.
I'm not rebellious anymore. I'm kind of. I think I've been Euroized to some extent, not with my politics, but the way I take it easy now. I just don't. The Americans sweat the small stuff. I'm not as bad as I used to be in that department. Fucking Americans.
It's the lack of red 40.
Americans over worry. I'm almost 50. It's actually later than that. That's coming. My birthday's in September.
You actually don't need to interact with real people ever.
Shit, man. I really got to finish the next piece.
STS donated $5. Tommy, there's a lot less mental illness over here. German population, only 84 M.
Yeah, but I'm going by... They have the same suicide rate, I know, as the States. I'm going by, like, I could go downtown right now. I might not see... Well, after COVID, I've seen more homeless guys. You just don't see like what you saw back home. I've lived in San Francisco. I've lived in New York. I've lived in New Jersey. Where else? Even Florida. Like I always, especially San Francisco was hands down the worst. And every time I've always seen something crazy. Every single time I went to go see the Rangers, and I went New Jersey Transit to Madison Square, I always saw like one of those wacko people. Yeah, did you ever see the movie Kids? The movie.
When's it from?
It's from the 90s, and it was very controversial at the time. What's her face is in it?
Rings a bell.
Ahsoka was in it. And the story is about how like teenagers are completely out of control. They're having drugs and doing and having sex and doing drugs and
as they should be.
All sorts of stuff. But the actors that they used were underage, and I think what's her name was underage at the time. So it was kind of like cuties before cuties. Now they didn't do any like hardcore scenes, but they were heavily implied. But there was a great scene in the movie, right? Kids. The movie's called Kids. Yeah. You ever hear that song? I'm the one, natural one. The movie was like a big hit, and it's basically told you that the youth of today is just completely out of control, right? And there's a scene where the kids get into like a subway just to go from one stop to another, and there's a guy sitting there with no legs saying, "I have no legs. I have no legs. I have no legs. I have no legs." And I'm like, and then me and my buddies are just laughing our ass off because it's exactly like it was so on the fucking money about like just about every time we go to Manhattan, we see something like that. Yeah, I have no legs.
Make fun of legless people on here. That's
Yeah, but it's a guy with no legs, and he wasn't kidding. He's singing a song called "I Have No Legs." That is New York. to a T. You don't,
might be a little bit of.
I don't think I'd see.
Tourette's. Our village idiot is a Tourette's guy.
Yeah, we used to have one when I lived in the German village. They had a guy, and he used to steal everybody's beer. That was his thing. So like, if you sat one down, but you never take the whole thing. He'd only take one. It was so funny. You know. Yeah. When I was in Iraq, he slipped and fell and hit his head. Died drunk in his bathtub. He killed himself in a bathtub by accident. But yeah, he would steal people's beers, you know, because he was a raging alcoholic. That's the closest thing to like a real nut job that I've seen.
How far south have you been? Like, because I feel like the further south you go in Europe.
No, not to Italy.
Have you been to Romania, the Balkans?
Fuck no. I wouldn't go there if you put a gun to my. Yeah, fuck that shit. That sounds more like home but poor white people. You know, fuck that. More poor white people. Yeah.
As someone who's part gypsy, I'll just say yeah.
Well, those Polish gypsies, they've been known to rob people over here. You know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're not. They have a joke in German.
As a gypsy, I have the gypsy pass. Terrible people, most of them.
They're not all terrible. Some of them are pretty funny, especially the Irish travelers. Some of them are funny.
But you know, Ralph is funny. He's also a terrible person.
Yeah, he's not a gypsy though. They have a joke in German. He goes, if you want to go on vacation in Poland, you'll find your car there. Or something like that. It roughly translates to that. You can find your car if you vacation. Although Poland's really changed in the last 10 years or so. All right, Lynn.
Poland's great.
Yeah, Poland. Everybody says that. You know, we're beating the idea around. We're not going this year because we know at the house. We're beating the idea around going to Poland. Looks like it's
great. Warsaw's fucking awesome, and it's not too expensive. It's great.
I wish I was single too. The women are good looking over there, and they're stupid.
Europeans.
I love. There's nothing better than a dumb blonde broad that's poor. It's really good looking.
They love Americans over there.
Do they really?
Oh, you'd do so well if you were single.
I grew up with a lot of Polacks. They were the Polish are kind of like, they're manly men. They kick your ass.
They're Texans. It's Europe's Texas, really.
No, you know what Europe, Texas is? Bavaria. Those guys, they remind me most of the Texas, like hardcore Bavarian guys.
I can see it, but I think more like Appalachia. Like
Bavaria? No, it's not that.
Yeah, like as soon as
you have never been to Appalachia, then you have never seen. There is
I have.
Black people bitch about poverty in the city. Nothing comes close to the poverty in Appalachia. We're talking no running water, shit like that. There's it is third world in parts of West Virginia. It's third in areas, third world poverty. No shit.
Oh, then we're just back to Romania again.
Yeah, well, there you go. I would say it's more like Romania for sure. All right, Lynn. Take care, buddy.
Yeah, have a good one.
I'm going to bear you. Thanks for calling. I appreciate it. I think that's enough.
Actually, before you go.
Yes.
Of all people, JFA has brought something to my attention. You remember what's his name again? The LT Star guy. We had the whatever guy he was talking about Pyrocynical. We've had the guy who did that YouTube video with the 40K views right now on the show 2 years ago.
Right here.
Yeah.
Are you the real Parlo?
Zoomer. Yeah, I think so.
Why don't you send me a DM? I knew I felt like I'd been here before, but it's my older on Twitter.
Wait, is my channel linked to this account or is it my different one? Okay, there's no.
Hold on.
I'm commenting on the stream, so.
No, you're gonna send me a DM, then I'll know it's you. Then we can talk. Wait a minute.
All right, let me get my.
Oh, so that's the guy that made the video.
Or
not even a DM, just a tweet from your account.
So yeah, just tweet at Tommy.
Tweet it. That's all you
on your account.
I know what your account is, so if you tweet at me, we're good.
From posting AI.
I'm really bad at explaining things.
Tommy, can you please turn your mic up? Yeah, I could do that. There you go.
I sent a tweet.
Okay, send me a tweet. Oh, I remember this guy. Yeah. Yes, I see it. Wait, does he follow me? Hold on. Hold on a second. P-A-R-L. See, I don't remember shows. How does he spell? Am I spelling it right? P-A-R-L-O-Y-T. Okay. I'm like, I don't know.
Dry just going straight to Parlo YT. I don't. Yeah.
Oh, he got his account suspended. All right, there you go. Okay.
Okay, what happened? Yeah. So I know who sent these strikes to Grimsy.
It's not you?
So,
You have nothing to do with it?
I reported his video where he said I was suicide baiting back in January when he first uploaded his video.
So you reported a criticism?
No, he said I suicide baited.
That's a
and
criticism. Oh, I ripped this guy up today.
He got his fans to raid my comment section saying that I faked
Did he?
suicide.
So that's not what. All right. So that's a different thing. But you reported a criticism. So he claimed you were suicide baiting, and you reported him as criticism.
It's not criticism.
Yes, that is.
Criticism's
That's exactly what it is. It's an
criticism.
accusation. It's exactly what it is. I love yelling at kids. It makes me feel great.
Let me get the document up quickly.
Never would have guessed.
What? I do. I love you, especially if they're English. It makes me feel good inside. The Irish side, really, like, I don't know. Document's gonna be that you got mad because he called you a suicide baiter.
It's just a transcript.
Didn't I talk this guy into like pulling the criticism for Grimsy? And then Grimsy got mad at me too because I didn't fucking blow him. Grimsy victim or idiot. When is this? When was this? July 23. It's almost 2 years ago, really.
The document's just a transcript.
A transcript of what? Why don't you tell me what happened? If you reported him, for because he's claimed you were I can see the brand new Sasha Makinov jersey for the next year. I can see it up there. Suicide baiting. Then it's a bullshit fucking report. That's an allegation.
As well who made in the video.
That's an allegation. I don't do feels here. Well, I'm being very serious.
Hang on.
Was I in a pissy mood? I'm usually not that pissy. Because I was, maybe I was mad at what's his name. I don't know. Based. You got any brains, Grimsy? You'd get here right now.
Yeah, here we go. Got it. Here's my document. So, I'll read the quotes word by word. You give me like your honest opinion, whatever you think.
I remember doing this with Matt, and he couldn't believe how hard I was on both these kids. It was great.
This is
over the line.
So
actually, I'm going to tell you ahead of time. Do I think it breaks TOS? That's what I'm going by. Go ahead.
All right. So he called me a pedophile-loving fucking freak, a retarded piece of human shit, that I should go back to the a mental ward where I belong.
Okay. So what did you report him for? What did you report him for?
Harassment and bullying, because insults over like a long span of time,
he said
especially videos-wise, is harassment. I've shown my reporting history. I haven't reported a Cheetos video. I haven't reported.
So you only
Jalen's
reported
videos.
You really reported that one video?
That one video.
How about this? How about this? I think you're within
recently.
TS. Here's what I'll tell you. I think you're within TOS, but you're a total bitch. All right? Yeah, you're a bitch. Why don't you do this? Why don't you call off the dogs?
What do you mean?
Yeah, why don't you just get on? Here's what you do. Let's solve. Look, why don't we see if we can cut a deal right here? All right. You go on. You tell you guys to stop reporting. I understand you're not telling them to do it, but you can say, "Look,
I told the person because I know who.
Can you make a video? Can you put something on your channel? Something really public? Because if you just like mention it through a DM, that's really not enough. I mean, I know
this guy's gonna lose his.
This guy's gonna lose his channel. Can you make an effort? Because I'm gonna tell you, you're probably within TOS. I still think you're a bitch, but that's that's my opinion. All right. Tell Smaggle Daggle to find something else to do. He can't talk like an adult, so he's gone. So find something else.
So this video was a year ago, right? Like what? Like why now?
That's a good question.
Well, the thing is, someone's just been going through all of his videos and reporting specific ones, like Grimsy was calling John Swan gay or something, so they reported it for homophobia, and YouTube did something.
So do you have anything to do with that? Do you have anything to do with that?
No, I didn't even know who it was, but then I realized they were a mutual of mine, and then they were
Hey, Lightman, this guy's nuts.
Talking about whether we should report, and I was like, nah.
And that video is about people, not pyrocynical.
not going to do that. I've only reported that one group.
You only reported the one video.
Well, no, I think
and you would share
the
your.
other
If I asked you, you.
one might have been.
This is Parlo's video. This is his
Not
video.
this
I was watching, wasn't it? It's
Yeah.
his video. Like no, what he was saying,
Here's
like
one.
nothing pyrocynical did. It was what his fucking whatchamacallit did. Would share your.
Showed my reporting.
And
history
like I could see how why this kid gets picked on. You know.
to
Sure.
sensitive
Okay.
society.
All right.
I don't believe I've reported any other video because I really.
Is there
don't-
Mubarak, don't call him autistic. I'll be on your channel.
What do I got to do to convince you to like make a quick video and say, look, this guy's an asshole, but I'm.
Oh, wasn't this the guy when I made the video on Grimsy and I told him I forget exactly what I did to him, right? And because I kind of I forget how I fucked with him, and then he made a video on me saying what a bastard I was, and then I think I talked this guy into taking the strikes off her, calling off the dogs.
I'm all about the rules. I'm not about brigading.
Well, if I make a video on my channel, you know how the commentary community is. They're going to move in like a pack of vultures.
Not with my help. No, not in something like this. That I can almost guarantee. And if they do, what you do is you make a video and you say, look, I reported this because it violated TOS. You might think I'm a bitch, but I did that. Okay, that's my prerogative, which it kind of is. I got to be honest with you. I don't like that stuff, but it is. But all this other stuff that's happened directly, I'm going to request from do not do me any favors. I do not want this guy banned. I do not want him to lose his channel. I think that would be really super, super fucking big of you. And I think the commentary community.
Yeah, he DM'd me for advice, completely disagreed with it, and then claimed he never saw responding to his DMs. Yeah, I do remember that. Grimsy, victim or idiot.
Well, I'm gonna be honest here. When I saw that he had 2 strikes, because my bad blood with Grimsy for the past year and a bit, I did think that it would be better if his channel wasn't there. But then again, hear me out.
All right, I might have to go back and listen to that sometime. I'm pretty bored with him already, but yeah, that guy. People call him names. He thinks he's been criminally violated. But I think it did get fixed, if I'm not mistaken. I think it did get fixed.
I think it did too, but it's really far gone in my memory.
Yeah.
So it would have been at the time when I was just watching it in the background.
Yeah, well, probably not. It's not too long before you joined us in Glory Hunters.
Oh, it was about a year. Well, actually, no. I think. Hold on. Let me think.
July 23.
No, it was. No, July of 24 was when I started doing the started doing Shot from the Point. Glory Hunters, this was a couple months after I.
When did you join?
I think no, it was 2024 is when I joined Glory Hunters.
Really?
It was yeah, I know. It was I think it was March 21st.
Seems like longer. Jesus Christ,
I know.
Fucking. Might as well have married you. You nagging me.
Well, okay. Actually, I'm gonna nag you again because Kite wanted me to send you something.
What?
So, there's my nag.
Okay, nag. Oh yeah. This is. It's just what I hope it is. Hold on a second. Yeah. Hold on a second.
That was really out of left field. I thought I had patched everything up with Riley, and then out of nowhere he goes, I'm willing to risk an assault charge to ruin Hackamania.
I mean, I gotta tell you, it's very bizarre. Obviously, I don't know if you...
Fun.
I know you always return to this fun shit. No one else's plans matter if you're not having fun.
All right. Great show.
Don't agree to do a show if you're just gonna bitch out.
All right, great show.
Uh-oh.
I didn't bitch out. I'm doing the show.
Then...
Why don't you take your headphones off?
What was this? Have fun.
Oh, you did bitch out. Well, you see Dick's legitimately pissed off. Dick's so mad he might start speaking Spanish.
Mr. Poop Snorkel for 2, tape dick to your forehead to see these nuts. F word. Rex Sexton for 5.
They're not talking about the podcast. What are they talking about? Brave Vito stands up for himself and quits for 19 seconds and then remembers it pays his rent. Comes back.
I'm not able to make Hackamania.
I don't know. The context matter that much? He just walked out.
That's a bummer, Rex. I don't know where Vito is going to stay this year or who's going to heckle Vito.
All right, you done being a faggot?
Do what show?
Can we do a
I mean, it's these
comedy
constant
show?
tantrums that, I'm fighting with Riley again. All right, so I'm not going to Hackamania. Okay.
Do you want to do a comedy show?
Do you?
Yeah.
Then stop fighting with these guys on DMs.
Stop.
Oh, there's Vito. He can't help it. He's always getting into it with everybody.
Fucking having this thing where, hey, anybody can say anything they want to Vito. It's
yeah,
okay.
they can.
I don't accept it. It's not okay.
So block them. Why are you in
Liberals can't block. They don't know how.
the clip of Verse Green Room chat?
How you can't be a victim if you don't see it.
If this is what it's gonna do.
Why is a guy? Because I need to know what the fuck's going on.
No, you don't. You can block him. You never know. You know worse for wear. Vito, you're a no good pedo, child molesting piece of shit. Never heard it. Don't care. You know. It's easy. Or you can quit a really great. You don't think I'd like to live in LA and do this podcast? Fuck yeah. I think me and Dick would get along great. I'm gonna take your job. You try to take a lolcow job. What would be funny if you try to take the lolcow job and now I get your job in LA? That'd be funny. I go to all the LAFC games and I would go with the Mexicans. That's what I do. Would you actually live in LA? No fucking way. Are you kidding me? No way. I would like to go to El Trafico. I think that'd be nice. Me and Tommy were coming up with the funniest names for derbies.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's El Trafico, named after El Clasico and Super Clasico. Right, El Trafico, get it? One part LA to another. That's cool. There's the badass Ohio one. Hell is real. That's a real fucking good one.
Oh wow!
But we settled on Norwich and Ipswich. And you're familiar with the old firm, Celtics Rangers, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That one's called, for obvious reasons, the old farm. Because it's fucking in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yep.
The old farm. What derby name is better than that? Hell is real. The old farm. And El Trafico. Those are the best derby names. The funniest ones. He said away. Oh yeah, he did said. Oh yeah, the rape thing.
Yeah.
I want to see the rape thing.
Kite sent it to you apparently, or he said, "Oh wait." Well, that's all I got.
Ethan and Hina.
Sorry.
That's not the right one.
That's not the right one.
But still.
Send me the rape one. This is really funny.
Fucking
what do you want?
Kite's like, wait.
What do you want? Vito to get kicked off or something? Like, what's the?
I don't know. This is Kite. I
didn't want to accept his fucking friends. Damn it! I'm sorry. I'm unfriending you, Elstar. I didn't mean to do that. We're not being friends. How do I do this?
Wow, Tommy.
You can send me things, but we're not friending. You're not friending me. You're not gonna be able to call me during the show. Let's see. You can definitely write me whenever you want. Right? How do I do this? Remove friend. Okay, yeah, that was an accident.
He said no hard feelings.
Yeah, no hard feeling. You can write me anytime, but fucking nobody's calling me out of nowhere. Yeah, Tommy's done with friends.
I think Kite. It's in your DMs now.
Okay.
Apparently.
Yeah, I want to see. No, it isn't. Oh, he did it again.
On Twitter.
Tell him to go fuck himself because I can't open my Twitter stuff because it gets exposed. He knows.
Okay.
I've been told for years.
He said scroll up. He's saying scroll up. I'm just gonna reply.
It exposes other people's stuff too, man. I always try to stay away from it.
Tommy says fuck you. There we go.
Yeah, thanks. That helps. I can't do it on Twitter. Do not send me stuff on Twitter ever again unless it's a private thing. Discord. I have a whole separate monitor. You know what's in there? Discord. I called Tommy just to say Dave Beatty's coming back. Oh, get cancer. No, you still won't send it.
I'm waiting on him. I've also told
I'm
him
closing it.
me,
Closing the show.
So.
Nesquik,
wow.
Oakbag, Mexon. I can't like it's dead air. I'm like Nesquik, Oakbag, Mexon.
No, I know.
Now I sound like I'm on Vito's show. Or biggest problem in the universe. Shut up, Core. Nesquik, Oakbag, Mexon, B, Billion Bones, Blue Jacket, Cody Grill, Final Flash, G-Man, Little Manly, Not Your Typical Monk, Panic Pun, Taylor D, Tommy C's Cat, Trippy Savage. If you can't get it to me in a quick way, it's not quick. I have to fucking close this and move that. That's like, I can't do it, man. You know that's the best. That's where everybody's. That's where she sends me stuff, and I could just navigate it. I gotta close this and open that, and I don't want to expose people's DMs by accident. There's nothing I can make a mistake. You know what? I can't make a mistake when it's in a fucking different monitor.
Yeah. So basically, I'm Tommy's secretary right now. Anything you need to pass to him, forward to me.
Or you can send it right to me and say, check your DMs, but instead of my fucking Twitter DMs, it doesn't work. I gotta hit 20 buttons to do one fucking thing, and in between that, it's all dead air. Hold on, I need to calm down.
Ethan and Tina, I am a cuck.
That makes me want to have a donor. All right. Cody Grill, Final Flash, G-Man, Little Manly, Not Your Typical on Panic Bong, Taylor D, Tommy C's Cat, Trippy Savage, Winter Gaming, Gina, and Picklington. There you go. Well, still not there. All right. I think we're done.
He did apologize to you in chat, so
it's okay. It's fine. It's very frustrating. I need a drink.
Yeah, go.
I sent you something through Skype. Fuck you, Core. I hope your next show sucks. This is what Core sent me.
Check it before they.
Let's see what Core sent me. It's fucking. It's Mitch.
No, he's bleached it now, hasn't he?
You know what the thing is? Like, I don't think you should be allowed to get on lolcow by saying you're a lolcow. You have to you have to have a page on Kiwi Farms, right? The whole lolcow universe thing is stupid. It's dumb. Too much chaos. I'm sure that's just how Keen likes it. Ugh.
Yeah.
He's born blonde, Mitch.
I wonder if Mitch has flood insurance.
Did he shave it down the middle? No, it doesn't even look like it's down the middle, right?
No.
This is the guy we had on last time. Just to let you know. Makes money somehow. Yeah, it wasn't making that much when I was there. I wonder. Yeah, I'm sure it's
you actually don't need to interact with real people ever.
I sent you a video to pull up on Skype and Twitter.
donated $5.
You're an asshole. I'm done.
A video to pull up. It's on Skype and Twitter.
Yeah, is it? Oh, thank you guys. I'm going to get some cocaine and hookers. Have a good night.